Hello, friends. Welcome to another podcast session. In our session today, I would like to talk about the inner dialogue or conversation we have with ourselves and the key role it plays in our life, especially on our mental health. This is a continuation of the earlier episodes on the same topic, which is our inner dialogue. This is the third in the series. In this episode, I would like to talk to you about a little going more into the detail of what really happens in the deep limbic system, that's our internal system in our brain. What are the main organs involved, specifically to do with negative self talk? Our brain is one of the marvel in our entire human body. It is so beautifully designed not just to only support us in the many functions that it does, but it has a specific specialized functions which really are developed and they evolve over a period of time with the only intent to keep us safe and protected. Now, within the brain, the deep inside the limbic system of brain, we have two main systems. One is called the amygdala, which is also called our emotional brain because within our brain where we store our emotions. The other one, very closer to it, is the hypothalamus. This is our memory brain. Basically, this is a place where most of our memories are stored. Now, as an example, if you have observed a young kid or a child who has just learned to walk, you would find that the parent or the caregiver will be with the child as the child walks around the house, exploring things, exploring life. But why the caregiver is more cautious and more careful and is constantly on a vigil towards the child, because the child might just touch anything that comes its way or might just put anything in his or her mouth, whatever he feels like. And the caregiver or the parent who's with the child would ensure that the child is safe and protected. This is one of the finest examples through which you can understand that the child's brain, both the amygdala, where the emotions are stored, and the hypothalamus, where the memories are stored, are just simply fresh. The brain has still not recorded any kind of negative experiences of life. Therefore, the small child is unaware what could really hurt him or her or what could protect him or her. So a child curiosity has no limits. The child goes around and is only interested in exploring life and the world around itself. But the caregiver, with a mature mind and a brain over a period of time, has the memory, the hypothalamus and the emotional brain, the amygdala, both holding all the experiences of his or her life, which actually are directing any adult or any individual, telling them if they touch a hot pan, this might hurt, or if they by any error end up touching an open socket, an electronic socket, might hurt, or how to prevent themselves from any kind of danger. So they would use this memory and this emotion together, where the brain is constantly directing an individual to either prevent, move away from it, or if there has been some pleasant or pleasurable activities which one does in life, both the memory getting stored into our hypothalamus and happiness, joy getting stored into our emotional brain, which is our amygdala, we would like to repeat those behaviors again and again. One such example is like going out with friends on a picnic or enjoying a good food or a good meal with our family, or enjoying a good movie with our children, or our best friend or our partner. This is how all our life experiences are stored with memory and an emotion or a feeling attached to it. And this complex working in our brain, which includes the amygdala and the hypothalamus, working together, help us define our negative and positive experiences. Now, back to our inner conversation and inner chatter. When we constantly experience something which is unpleasant, and we instead of finding a solution to it or seeking help, when we indulge in an inner chatter or a self-talk which is more of negative in content, then in this way we are writing a script in our head, storing a negative memory in our hypothalamus and a feeling of unpleasantness, unhappiness, unworthiness in our emotional brain, which is our amygdala. So your constant inner chatter, which if it is negative in nature, may perhaps up more negativity because you are constantly writing a script which has a content filled with negative stuff, words, keywords, and both your memory brain and your emotional brain are involved in it. As a result, what really happens is when you actually encounter an issue, so let's say you are about to attend an interview, which is a little demanding. It's a real good role, but it may require you to kind of prepare a bit more than the usual. But you lack confidence. Why? Because deep down, your inner chatter that you've been telling yourself again and again that I don't think I'm worthy or I don't have the needed confidence is because the script that you've been writing, the inner chatter or the inner conversation, that inner dialogue you've been having with yourself, has a script filled with negative content. This subconscious part of your brain is the most active part of your brain. So when you have an inner dialogue filled with this, that is precisely the reason why most of us, when we encounter difficult situations in life, we find that we have very low confidence and courage to really beat it, and we are more stressed and anxious because we lack the resource and the courage to actually deal with it. This is how, at a very inner chatter, which might just seem not so important to us of what we tell ourselves, plays a key pivotal role in the way we script our subconscious mind. So friends, remember this. Your mind can be your best friend or your worst enemy. There are various ways through which you can change this inner dialogue, but that requires you to work on it. And in our upcoming series, I shall then share with you some beautiful techniques that you could learn, implement, and even help others learn so that the inner scripts so far that's been written in a negative content can be changed for better. And while you do so, you will find that it has a tremendous impact on your overall mental health and well-being. Well, that's all for today. I hope this small snapshot of how your complex brain works was insightful. Thank you for your time.